Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Team Tomey Inner Circle Weekly Meetup. We haven't had one of these in a few weeks because I have had all kinds of craziness in my life, but I'm finally back on track, getting things to a low roar. I'm still behind. This has been like 3 months of constantly being behind, and I apologize for that. Um, I'm trying. That's all I can tell you guys is I'm really, really trying to get all caught up. Finally got somebody on the help desk that is getting everything taken care of, getting you guys taken care of, the install team's doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm finally starting to be able to breathe. Now I've just got to get into my email and go through the 80 plus emails that are in there that I'm behind on and a couple of other loose ends, and I'm good to go. So hopefully, soon we we will be totally caught up, and I can breathe a little bit more and not be so scatterbrained and all over the place. Hopefully, GoToWebinar is what I did is just went through and got rid of a lot of the old webinars, and that seemed to help. I've done a couple of webinars since then, and everything went well. So fingers crossed, because I got all the old issues out of GoToWebinar, and they're doing all kinds of like upgrades and stuff. So I'm not sure if it's on my end, their end, what's going on, but GoToWebinar has been a nightmare. All right, so enough beating me up. Let's get to what we're going to be talking about tonight, which is getting traffic from Facebook. Now, we've talked about getting started with traffic, that you need a squeeze page, blah, 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 blah. If you're not building your list, guys, you're not doing this right, okay? It doesn't matter what you're doing, you need a list. So make sure you have some kind of squeeze page to start building your list. If you go to yourownsqueezepage.com, yourownsqueezepage.com, you'll see I have an offer here that we will set up a squeeze page for you. So if you don't have a squeeze page, then get this offer. It's dirt cheap. It's under $100. We do all the install for you. It's got a special offer behind it, the whole 9 yards. This is a great way to get your own squeeze page and start learning all about marketing, because I give you weekly lessons on marketing too when you get this. So if you don't have something, start here, okay? That's the first thing. Second thing, I created a lesson for my Lessons with Liz people last week. And in that lesson, I started talking about a traffic calendar. And I think I have a video that I can give everybody on creating a traffic calendar. Traffic calendar, Liz, Tomey. Let's see if it's on one of my blogs. Okay, I don't see it on in the searches here. And it should be on with I Am with Liz, but we'll see. If not, I will dig that video up. I'm just going to do a quick search. If I can't find it quickly, then what I'm going to do is just dig around for it. So let me see here. Traffic calendar. Okay, I don't have it. So let me make a note. Find traffic calendar video. So I will find that and get that posted for you guys. But it's as simple as going into your Google Calendar, creating a calendar called Traffic, and as you're learning traffic tactics, add that to your calendar so you know you need to do that each day or once a week or whatever, okay? Like what I'm teaching my Lessons with Liz people right now is how to add Facebook friends. You're supposed to add 5 Facebook friends a day. That's something you can do daily, okay? Very easy to do. So, speaking of Facebook and using that strategy, basically it's, finding people in your niche and adding them to your friends list. And then as you learn things, which I'm going to cover next week in Lessons with Liz. If you're not part of Lessons with Liz, again, that yourownsqueezepage.com offer gets you in with Lessons with Liz too. But next week we're going to cover, okay, now that you've got some friends, what do? Well, you start posting things that you learn. Like right now, I'm learning all about Facebook Live. Okay. I've started a 90-day challenge. Facebook's going to go off continually. I'm going to mute my computer. I've started a challenge where I'm doing 90 days of Facebook Lives. Each day for 90 days, I'm going to do a Facebook Live. There's no set times that I'm doing these. I'll probably do a lot of them at night. Some of them I'll do from the beach. Tomorrow I plan on doing one from the beach, so I can definitely get some attention. All the different places I go, I'll be doing them. So I could share some things that I'm learning from Facebook Live, and then I'm going to put a note that says, hey, if you want to learn more about this, get on my list at blah, 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 okay? So I also want to share some information about Facebook Live with you guys. If you're not using Facebook Live, you need to be doing it, okay? It's a great way to bond with your audience, get people, commenting on your stuff. It goes with the whole like, know, and trust thing. Facebook Live is a great way to get your list or people on your Facebook friends list to like, know, and trust you. So that's a big reason I'm doing it, okay? I'm seeing a couple of people asking questions here. Hold on a second. Carolyn says, friends, and all I ever get is 17-year-old Nigerian college students who want to know if I'm married, right? All right, well, then you're not doing it right. You need to go and find people who are in your niche and are actively, promoting their business and stuff like that on Facebook. Carolyn is smart enough to know to stay away from the spammers and stuff like that, so you shouldn't have any issues building your friends list. Rick says, I'm starting my 90 days when I get the squeeze page from you, so I'll be doing it with you too. Awesome. I am very excited about that, Rick. That's awesome. So, so, so excited. So I'm going to go into the Team Tomey page here, maybe. And I'm going to start a post. Actually, let's do this. Let's start a file. We're going to do create doc. Learning Facebook Live. So I've started a 90-day challenge with doing Facebook Lives. I've never done them and don't know a lot about them, but as I learn, I will be sharing what I'm learning with you guys. So here are my current ramblings on doing Facebook Lives. Number one, you need to have a reason why. My reason why is because I want to show my people what happens when you commit to something and follow through. The biggest issue that people have is not committing to something and following through with it. So I want to show my people at the end of 90 days what Facebook Live has done for me. I set up a domain name. It's called thelizlife.com. There we go, lizlife.com. And right now, it's just a simple squeeze page. I set up a squeeze page for this because I want to track how many people I add to my list. I did one last night, and let's go in Aweber and see what we've got so far. The last time I looked, it was like, I think 5, but we'll take a look and see. But I did this so I could make sure that my efforts are producing something. I'm building a list. What can you do with a list? Well, you can make money with it. So let's go and find Control F, maybe? There we go. The Liz Life. Okay, so we're up to 8. 8 whopping people. But these are people that actually listened to my Facebook Live and went and got on the list to get notified, okay? So day 1, I only got 8 people, but that's okay. That's totally okay. Hopefully this will grow and grow and grow and grow more and more and more. And maybe in 30 days, I'll have a list of 1,000 people or more, hopefully. If I just added 8 people a day times 30, 8 times 3 is 24, that's 240 people on a list. These are active people that have, showed up, watched my lives, and want to know what's going on, okay? So make sure that you have a reason and that you set up a domain name for this. We'll talk about that in a second, okay? So, number 1, have a reason why. Why are you doing these Facebook Lives? So we just heard from Rick. Rick wants to start doing these with me. Well, his reason why is because he wants to teach people about what he's learning with internet marketing while building his list, okay? He wants to, say, hey, this is what I've learned, and now you can take this and use it in your business. So that's going to be Rick's reason why, but you need to have some kind of reason why, okay? Second thing here, have a theme and make sure it's catchy. So I went back and forth on what I was going to do for, my whole Facebook Live thing, and I wanted it to have something with my name in it. There were so many suggestions, Liz in the Raw. We even thought about doing In Bed with Liz because a lot of times when I'm when I'm working, I'm actually working from bed because it's just comfortable for me. I have this amazing mattress that's really nice and firm. I've got all these big pillows on my bed. It's like being, in a throne. My TV is, right in front of my bed on my wall. I have a nightstand. Everything sits on my nightstand. My coffee's right there. It's great. I absolutely love it. And my back doesn't hurt when I work from bed. So that's another big plus. So that's why we're going to do the whole In Bed with Liz thing. And it's catchy, okay? But it was a little bit too catchy. I had some people get a little weird with it. So I decided against that. Plus, I'm in a relationship right now. And I probably think that's going to make him uncomfortable if, his girlfriend's on Facebook and, in bed with Liz. So I decided against that. Probably a good thing. Decided against that, not doing that. We had so many, but my theme is the Liz life. 90 days behind the scenes of an internet marketer, basically, okay? So I'm taking people inside my business and showing them what I'm doing. Have a format. This is a big, big thing here. Sorry, guys, I had to take a swig of coffee. I've seen so many people get on Facebook Lives. And they'll start out, and then somebody will comment, and they'll be like, oh, hey, so-and-so, ha, 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 that's funny, da-da-da-da. And they'll start having this crazy conversation with this person, and then they just totally get off task with their Facebook Live. Well, when you have a format, you can stick to it. I do not pay attention to comments on my Facebook Live until after it's over, or I try to. Last night, people were commenting, and, a couple people I would say something back to, but I try and follow my format. So have a format. Stick to your format no matter what. Here's an example of my format. So I start off with an open, what I'm doing, and why. And then I point people to my first FB Live. So I'm going to be taking that first FB Live I did, and I'm going to be setting up a blog behind this, and I'll send people to that URL. So, when I open up, it's, hey, Liz Tomey here from thelizlife.com. I'm doing this Facebook Live for the next 90 days, blah, 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 go into my whole spiel. If you want to know the whole story behind this, check out my first Facebook Live ad, okay? So, something else I do also in the open, and tell them about my main site I want to promote. This needs to be a squeeze page, okay? So like I said, thelizlife.com, that's why I have that, okay? Another part of the open, I do an invite, and this is just me. You don't have to do this, okay? Invite people to do the challenge with you, and you'll promote them. Now, you could also invite them to share. You could also invite them to do whatever, okay? But I really recommend you have some kind of invite them to do something, okay? I have a couple of people, like you guys just saw, Rick is going to be doing this with me, and I have, a few more people that are going to be doing this with me. All right, so the open, the invite, what I did today. Talk about what you did in your business. What happened that was good and what happened that was bad? Really nothing bad today. I'm still fighting technology trying to do these Facebook Lives, not at my house, but other than that, not a whole lot. And I'll talk about that on my Facebook Live, okay? The big question of the day. Answer a question you have gotten from your audience. So tonight I have a friend, her name's Amy Vanner, and she is a equine expert, horse expert. And she has her own farm, she does boarding and stuff like that, but she wants to get into like the digital side of things. She wants to sell training products, ebooks and stuff like that. So I'm going to be telling her how to get started with that, okay? So basically the big question of the day is answer a question you've gotten from your audience, all right? Then the wrap up. In my wrap up, my whole thing is going to be today's win. What was my personal and or business win today? Okay, so that's what I'm always going to wrap up with. All right, so that's basically my format. It's short and I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time on these things. Depending on, the big question of the day will depend on really how long I go and, of course, what I did today. These are the two big things that take up the most time on these. But I want to do this in the short amount of time possible. I want to keep people watching my live, so I don't want to ramble and go on and on and on, okay? So that's my format. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you guys about? Number 4. When going live, give people about 1 to 2 minutes to get on your live. Okay, so I noticed last night that at about the minute and 30-second mark, that's when people really started getting on, okay? I'm going to be using something, I think it's called Be Live, when I'm doing these from like my computer and stuff, and you can schedule your Facebook Lives with that. We'll be talking about that more once I learn it. But that's definitely something I'm going to be doing. You're probably going to get more people when you do that, okay? See, what else did I learn yesterday? Oh, once your Facebook Live has posted, let me grab a swig of coffee, guys. Once your Facebook Live is posted, go back and add a caption to it. So if we look at mine, let's find my feed. No, I don't want to make a post right now. I'm on a webinar, Facebook. Calm down, I'll be back. Kidding. Okay. I post so much stuff on Facebook. This is what I did from the beach today. I turned my camera sideways. Whoops. Come on, where's it at? A lot of people posted on my timeline today because somebody created a... There we go. There I am. No makeup. My hair crazy. I just did it. I didn't even care. I just did it. But when Facebook posts these, all you get, there's no text above it, okay? So what I did is I came back in and put a caption in mine. It's the first FB Live of the 90-day FB Live challenge. I'm taking you behind the scenes of my biz and life to see what it's really like to live the internet lifestyle. 89 more days to go. So you want to put something in this caption that gets people to watch the recording of your FB Live, okay? That's really, really important. So number 5, after your recording is posted, caption it with copy that makes people watch the recording. All right, so that's basically what I've learned so far. We're going to do number 6, have a blog where you can repost your FB Lives so you can send people, directly to certain FB Lives where you're talking about certain topics. All right, so that's actually a lot that I've learned in just one day of doing Facebook Lives, okay? So this is going to be a document inside Team Tomey Inner Circle. If you come to Files, you'll be able to see this. Where did that go? Whew, there we go. Learning Facebook Live. I probably should have created that in like a Word document. And I'm probably going to copy and paste all that out just in case something happens. Carolyn's asking, can you do Facebook Live on my PC? No mobile service where I live. Friends was a joke. Did have a 3 though. Yeah, you can. You can do it from your PC. And Carolyn says, we're showing 70 views of the recorded. Watched it because didn't get the link to go. How do you send notifications ahead of time to remind people on Facebook to go? I think it's called, dang it. What is the name of that thing? Be Live? Is it Be Live? Be Live. Yeah, here it is, BeLive.tv. Engage your audience on Facebook. And I'll be playing with this soon. Right now, I'm kind of stuck with the mobile. I really like the whole mobile thing because I hate the camera on my laptop. So I'll have to play with a couple of things there, but right now I'm just using my phone. But Be Live allows you to schedule them out and stuff like that. People like Philip, is it Philip Lopez? Yeah, you'll see him using it. Trevor McAfee uses it. These Philip Lopez, you definitely want to follow for like the Facebook Live stuff. He's gone over a lot of it. He's kind of a ninja with it. All right. All right, guys. So any questions about using Facebook to get traffic? Any questions as far as what we've covered? Use it, doing the whole, I call it the Facebook friend tactic, going and finding people, adding them to your friends list, sharing what you're learning, posting about it, then sending them to your squeeze page, doing Facebook Lives, same thing, just have a reason why, have your format, do your Facebook Live, send people to your squeeze page. Any questions about what I've covered tonight, guys? Are you guys alive? Anders Broman, Carolyn's on here, Cleo Craig, Don, Frank, John, John 2, John Smiley, John Walsh, Larry, yay, Larry's on here. Lisa, Lynn, last name, because she doesn't, Mike Ambrosio, my brother from another mother, Pat, Peter, Ray, Rick, Regilio, and Todd. Awesome. So glad to see you guys. Usually I, do like my shout outs before I even get started. There's a lot of you guys on here tonight, so if you have questions about what I just covered, now's a good idea. Now's a good time to ask those questions. Rick says, nope, good stuff. Awesome. Ray says, any idea what sort of upload speed you need? I have no idea. I know if you have a bad connection, you're done. It'll cut you off. But I have no idea about the connections or anything like that. Carolyn says, you are using your PC and not a phone because it is a webinar, right? Yeah, right now I'm using my PC. I can't do webinars from my phone. I wish. All right, guys, if there's no questions, let's start taking questions about what you're working on. Oh, wait a minute. Ray says my internet is crap. Lynn says, do people just follow you on FB Lives? Okay, when I go live, it doesn't send out a notification to everybody. I'm not real sure how that works. Let's take it to Facebook. Let's go ask Facebook. FB Live. Whoops. I'm going to need to know how to spell live. We'll find out. When all else fails, go to Facebook with it. I'm connected to so many different experts in so many different areas that I can put questions out there like this and get answers relatively quick. Carolyn says she has the minimum dial-up called residential and did live a couple times and worked. Okay, all right, awesome. What is funny, last night I was on FB, commented to you and David. P didn't get a notice that you went live. Oh, guys, you know what else you need to do? You need to tell people to subscribe. Hold on a second, let's do this. I know on my phone, when I watch an FB Live, there's like a subscribe button thing. Let's go back into Team Tomey here. because in my format, I need to add to get notifications, I think is what it is. So in my format, let's go back and edit this. Also, tell them to sign up for notifications of when you go live. All right, so definitely putting that there. Carolyn says, but if you don't get a notification that you're going live, you can't subscribe. Okay, let's do this. Let's go back to my Facebook Live that I did and see if there is a button that, here, we'll just do this one that I did today, my goofy one. Let's go to somebody else's. Let's go to Philip's. He does these all the time. Let's see if there's a button. It might not show me on mine. All right, come on, Philip. I know you've done one lately. Maybe that's not a live. Philip Lopez, come on. All right, let's go to E's. Eric Stafford's. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm learning this too. So, Eric Stafford, because I know he goes live all the time too. I thought Philip did. Well, I know Philip does. Here we go. Was live. Maybe it's just when they're actually live, you can subscribe or get notifications. All right, let's go to my post because I see a couple people have posted here. Okay, yeah. Get them to turn on notifications. Okay. There will be a little person in the corner of the screen to invite. Okay, so Facebook does send out notifications to some. You can also invite people to your live. Okay. I wouldn't do that. That just seems spammy to me. Unless you know them. All right. We'll figure it out, guys. And you guys can watch my lives and see what I'm doing too, okay? All right, so we're going to end that conversation on that for now. I'm getting answers live here, which is a good thing. Very cool. The whole Be Live TV. And I'm going to ask Philip if there's anything for us who are doing them from our phones, which that would be really cool. Okay. Let's see. Carolyn says, tell people you're broadcasting ahead of time so they know to look out for your video during the stream. Remind people to follow you so they can get a notification every time you go live from Google, but it still doesn't say how to notify people. Exactly. Well, Delilah was just saying here that you could invite people. Let's do a fake live video. Testing FB Live. Next. I really don't want to go live right now. Hee hee. Ah. You guys can see I'm sitting in the garage. Because I'm, what? Smoking. Testing FB Live. Click here to share live video from external device. Click here. Guys, I'm not seeing anywhere to invite people until I go live. And I don't want to go live. God, my hair, guys. What the hell happened? Alright, we're turning this off because I'm going to sit and mess with my hair if not. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just you can do that stuff from your phone. Rick says, I don't have the FB Live link on my laptop. Really? And Frank says, would you use Messenger invite? No. If I don't know the people, I'm not inviting anybody unless I know them. Yeah, Rick, if you go, and it's like right here. You don't have that? Rick says, nope. Huh. Because everybody should have that by now. Says I have the other two, but not live. That's what I thought. Yeah. I hate to tell you this, but contact Facebook. Good luck. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea why you don't have it. Rick says I have it on my phone, so no worries. All right, Rick, if you remind me, I'll ask people on Facebook. I don't want to do it right now because I've already put one post on here. But Rick, you can also ask people in our group, in the Team Tomey group, just be like, hey, do you guys have the live video thing on your laptop? If not, how can I get it? Rick says, that's cool. I can look into it too. Awesome. Just don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. Rick, you got your form submitted for us to get that squeeze page up for you, right? Okay, perfect. Yesterday. Okay, well, you should be getting something very soon then, because I personally know, because he's sitting in the living room working on them, my install guy is getting them done. We can go in there and crash the living room and be like, hey, are you working? I'm live on a webinar. What are you doing right now? He'll love that. All right, guys, so now that we've talked all this stuff about Facebook, any questions? Any questions on anything you're working on in your business? Are you having any issues? Anything like that? Now's open mic. Ask me anything related to internet marketing or running your business. Remember, I do not do life questions because we all know my life is crazy. Ray says, FB Live is not on my laptop either. I think I heard that it was only available on Android. No, that's totally not true. I have an iPhone. I do it from my iPhone, and I'm right now on my laptop, and I have it right here. All right, guys, open mic. Anything you want to ask? I'm going to swig some coffee. All right, guys, if there are no questions, and if every time I say that, a little question pops up. Carolyn says, what page are you on your laptop that it shows live video? I'm just at facebook.com. Rick says, I'm not new to IM. I started niche sites, ads insights years ago. I'm thinking 2008-ish. Made money through Amazon and ClickBank, and then the big Google crash. Google algorithm wiped me out. Yeah, I've got a lot of people that happened to. Rick says, should I avoid discussing that on FB Live? Absolutely not. Definitely discuss that. Because I bet you learned a lesson from that, didn't you, Rick? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't rely on Google because they're great big dickheads. Yep. I went down with it too, but I was also creating and releasing products at the time. So it didn't really, destroy me because I had income from other areas. And all my AdSense sites and stuff, I never relied on Google. I did things a little bit different. Rick says, I switched to creating PLR product elements for people. I'm an artist. Oh, very cool. Very cool. All right, guys, any other questions? If not, we're wrapping this bad boy up and calling it a night. Last call for questions. Closing this bar down. Last call for alcohol. Rick says, thank you, no problem. Frank says, thanks, Liz. No problem, guys. I'm just glad to be back into the swing of things. I'm starting to feel normal again, getting back into business, turning to you guys. It's been a rough road, but I'm still hanging in there. I'm still going forward. We got this, guys. All right, guys, have a wonderful evening, and I'll see everybody next week. Bye, guys.